Hi, my name is Capo Daniel, and I'm from Cameroon, the English Cameroon. I've been in Hong Kong for about 16 years, and this is the Wakanda Group. It's a platform for the African communities in Hong Kong. We try to bring the Africans from various countries and have events like this, which is an opportunity for Africans to know each other here in Hong Kong, as well as plan events to showcase our culture and our identity. So we try to bring the Africans from the various communities to introduce their African business to African people so that they can patronize African business. For example, an African lady who does hair in a house might not know where she can meet her clients and stuff like that. So we try to make those connections. Sometimes we visit African business, record videos, and we share on the social media platform to introduce Africans to the various African business, as well as introduce Africans to a new contemporary lifestyle of Hong Kong, and organize things like boat party, which are not very traditional African events, so that we can introduce the lifestyle of the West and Hong Kong to our African community. It's also a platform to bring Africans to show solidarity with each other. For Africans who might be in financial difficulties or difficulties to go back home, or if an African happens to die in Hong Kong, unfortunately, we will be able to have our community come together to assist and make sure that we can take care of each other, because we do not really have that support from our consulate and our embassies here in Hong Kong. So it's a platform where we try to help each other, show solidarity with each other, and connect our various communities for a better interpersonal relationship. Today we have it's an Afro-Caribbean event, so it's not just about African. We also have people from Jamaica, as well as people from Africans who were born in the West, in UK, and we have totally about 15 different countries, and a total about 41 participants in this event. So the main platform have about 72 members who are just community members who interact in the social media platform. And every morning we talk about African news. We share African news from an African perspective, as well as we discuss about the events in Hong Kong with our community and stuff like that, to share the information. So one of the things we do is we try to promote the African culture, the African identity. We give the Africans in Hong Kong a chance to dress in their traditional wares as a means to promote our culture and reinforce our black pride and things like that. So we attract also, it's an Afro-based platform. It's not just about African, but it's an Afro-based platform to empower the black people and to reinforce our identity as Africans in Asia and in Hong Kong. About 15 years ago, the Africans were not well known in Asia and in Hong Kong. So an African will get into a bar, get into the train, get into a bus, and you find people react in a very, they will react in a strange way, like you're a stranger. And now, 15 years later, I think the population of Africans have grown. In areas like Tim Ta Tsui, Chongqing Mansion, you find more and more Africans here. More of them are traders, African traders who come from Mali, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, who come to do trading here in terms of gemstone, and they also come to do sourcing to buy product from China. And increasingly now in Hong Kong, we have a growing community of Hong Kong citizens who are from African origin. We have Africans who have intermarried with local people and they have kids here. So it's a growing community of Africans here in Hong Kong. And they are now increasingly being a vibrant part of the Hong Kong workforce. In the construction industry, you have a lot of Africans who work in construction. You have a lot of Africans who do business in Hong Kong, who source resources from Africa and help to link China in particularly with African resources. And you also have Africans in the financial sector working in banks. You have a lot of South Africans who teach English, because it's a first language for South Africans in Hong Kong. You also have a lot of Africans in the sport area. Some of them are now playing in the Hong Kong national team, representing Hong Kong internationally. And you have it's a big contribution that the African community is giving to Hong Kong, both culturally, both in technology. You have African doctors here. So Hong Kong and Africa is becoming more harmonized. Africans do not feel more as strangers in Hong Kong. As you can see, we are building our own community base, because in Hong Kong you have that freedom for everybody to build their own community within Hong Kong. We form a part of Hong Kong, and we are very happy with the hospitality of the Hong Kong people and the Hong Kong government, that Hong Kong is one of the few places in Asia where they can actually allow you to become a resident and a citizen. So we really appreciate that hospitality, and we are faced with the day-to-day challenge that every Hong Kong person faces, but we bring a unique contribution in the Hong Kong culture, in the Hong Kong science and technology development, and in many other areas in Hong Kong. So we are very proud of our presence in Hong Kong.
So how successful was this event?
It was very successful. I think we have a couple of people who attend. This was their first experience to attend a jumbo party, and we had a lot of people who have attended and organized events such as this. So it was really, really fantastic. The African cuisine, we have a lot of volunteers who volunteered to prepare food, and it gives us that chance to meet each other and talk with each other and know what Africans are doing here. Exchange number. So it's very good for bonding, for interpersonal relationships within the Africans in the African community. So this was really a big success. And we will plan the next events from this and give people more chances to experience the Hong Kong life. So we try to introduce general events that people in Hong Kong and in the West will do that will not be known in Africa as being mainstream, something that are unique to some social class in Africa. But here in Hong Kong we have that opportunity for all of our community, both the blue collar, those in the diplomatic area, those in the banks, those in the construction, and those who are migrants here as well. So it's really a good binding. It brings together people from all backgrounds, and it's really a groundbreaking platform to introduce ourselves and build our confidence. Because what happens when you leave your country, you leave your cultural circle, your friend where you grew up, and it's very difficult. You kind of lost your identity living in Hong Kong. So creating this platform, it gives Africans a chance to live the way they used to live at home, to meet people they can talk, they'll feel they'll relate in terms of culture, relate in terms of music, dressing, and stuff like that. So that is what we want to do, to enhance our identity, to enhance our self-esteem, our confidence in our way of life, and also to bring that in Hong Kong. We have some few people from Hong Kong who are locals. We also have some few people from UK who are participating. They will get a feel of what Africa is, and we are really the representation of Africa. The group, about 72 members right now, with people from over 200 countries. Not 200 countries, over 20 African countries. So it's really a diverse group. You get to know people from other African countries. In Africa, where we grew up, we are so focused on our territorial boundaries and our nationalism that we somehow forget our African nationality. But in Hong Kong, you discover that you are not just part of your country, but you are a part of a race, the African race, the black race, the Afro-Caribbean culture, the Kazumba, the Rumba, and whatever identify Africans. And we recreate it, and we create that space where it can thrive based on Africa. You know, previously you had African Day celebrations here organized by Chinese. You have drum events in universities and in schools that were primarily conducted by Chinese. And the rhythm of African drums and all those rich cultural heritage we bring from Africa contributes to the Hong Kong community, the Hong Kong educational system, those talents. And previously you used to go to Hong Kong bars, you find a lot of musicians from Philippines and some from Nepal and around Asia. But increasingly you have a lot of Africans now who are contributing this talent in Hong Kong. You go to the bar, you find a lot of young African talents who are using Hong Kong to start their musical career, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It is a social media based platform. That means we operate more on the social media. Our members do not necessarily need to be a registered member. They just need to join a WhatsApp group, so people can contact me directly on my mobile number, which is 852-6117-9924, and we add them in this chat group where we discuss about African news, about Africanism, and where we promote our activities and our events. We do also promote it on Facebook and on other social media platforms in Instagram and stuff like that. So that is where we connect people. It's basically where we plan our events, where we bring people together and we keep in touch. So there are some Africans who are visiting Hong Kong or traders in Hong Kong, but they still participate in that platform as well, so that they can keep contact and get our images and stuff like that and some other